Hello, this is TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine Aerojak. In this edition, government considers ban on polygamy, new system affecting schools, and PNG Unity Games to go ahead. The government is considering a major social reform that could outlaw polygamy in Papua New Guinea. Prime Minister James Marape announced in Parliament that his government plans to begin discussions on new laws aimed at protecting women and strengthening families.
Speaking during debate on gender-based violence, the Prime Minister said some cultural practices must evolve as the country moves forward. Marape said polygamy has contributed to broken homes and situations where women and children are left without proper support. The Prime Minister said a policy paper will be presented to the National Executive Council to begin the legislative process. If approved, the new law would ban future polygamous marriages but could not cancel existing ones. The proposed legislation could take effect around the year 2030. Marape stressed that the reform is part of wider efforts to address gender-based violence and promote equality in society.
Even bride price too. Many times we abuse bride price. The original intent of bride price was for the man's family to appreciate the woman's family for rearing their daughter. Today we take the woman as our property. That must not be so. Go back to the original PNG ways. But we must define what is bride price. I want to say something, maybe hard, may go against our fifth constitutional preamble that says PNG ways. But sometimes we take our PNG way out of proportion. Maybe it's about time we look at polygamy in its fullest sense. What relevance is it serving our country today? A person that has more than one or two or three or four wives is not able to manage his family base well. And the pass-on goes to a society that today many kids unmanaged, running around, doing almost nothing but havoc to our society.
The government will now begin consultation with churches, legal experts and community leaders across the country. Prime Minister Marape says the goal is to build a society where women are respected and families are stronger for the next generation of Papua New Guineans.
Member for Rabaul, Dr. Alain Marat, has raised concerns on the integrity of customs officers in Parliament today. Marat said a shipping container was brought to Rabaul and wasn't cleared for a long period of time and cost a lot of money. When opened, the container was empty with nothing inside. Marat questioned the Treasurer Ian Lingstaki on what legal process does the government have to ensure such criminal thievery is not committed by customs officers and that there is proper accountability by the officers.
In response to Dr. Alain Marat's concerns raised in Parliament regarding the integrity of customs officers and the incident involving the empty shipping container, Treasurer Ian Lingstaki acknowledged the seriousness of the allegation and the need for accountability within the Customs Department. He mentioned that the government's commitment to investigate such incidents thoroughly, ensuring that there is a mechanism in place for reporting and addressing cases of suspected misconduct or theft. Lingstaki also outlined that specific accountability measures such as auditing processes, regular inspections, and oversight by independent bodies to ensure transparency in customs operations are some process the government is embarking on.
Nearly every box inside the container and all the items mentioned were missing. My question is, apart from honesty, what legal process does the government have to ensure such criminal thievery is not committed by customs officers and that there is proper accountability by customs officers?
Have the appropriate legislation that governs the processes of customs. The Customs Commissioner, using that legislation, can then decide to impose, firstly, an investigation, and based on that, if there's credible evidence, decide to take.
Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
Schools in Western Province are facing overcrowding due to the 166 education policy. Member for Middle Fly raised this issue in Parliament sitting today. Acting Education Minister Kino Kafeo acknowledged the issues faced, stating 2026 will be a challenging year. However, they have recently approved a submission for more funds to cater for the new system to be implemented in schools.
Western Province is one of the first provinces to fully implement the 166 education policy in 2026. This restructure aims to transition from the previous structure to 1 year of preschool, 6 years of primary, grades 1 to 6, and 6 years of secondary, grades 7 to 12. It aims to eliminate grade 8 and 10 bottlenecks and mandate continuous education to grade 12, but faces challenges with infrastructure, teacher shortages, and funding. Member for Middle Fly District Maso Hewabi, however, shared that the 166 policy is causing challenges and pressure to the schools in the province.
In Western Province, there were no classes because of no classrooms and no staff houses. The students couldn't even go to class. Most of the students were lining up outside and they couldn't go inside the classroom because the classrooms were full. And some of the teachers couldn't even go to those assigned schools because there was no staff houses. And those infrastructure challenges were very enormous. The TFF funding that is funded by the Education Department annually is not sufficient enough to address the pressure that is exceeded by the 166 policy.
Acting Education Minister Kino Kafeo shared statistics in 2024, stating 437,653 entered, enrolled in primary school, and in grade 12, the number drops to 33,488, a loss of 93% of students.
This year there's 100 million law support. Again, that's not enough, but I want to thank the Prime Minister and Cabinet. Straight after being appointed, we brought in a submission to Cabinet to quickly address this issue. And I'm happy to announce that the Cabinet approved 11.6 billion to quickly close that gap, building schools, classrooms, staff houses, dormitories, ablution blocks, textbooks, whatever that's needed to be able to close that gap immediately. So in terms of your specific question, 100 million staff law budget, plus as per this recent submission, we've also secured another 300 million.
Minister Feo added that the 166 education policy will be given more importance, prominence, and funding support compared to the Connect PNG program. Apart from Western, a school in Central Province, Iobuna Kobwa Primary School, is also facing similar pressures and overcrowding due to the 166 reform. Hela, Enga, Western Highlands, Jiwaka, and Eastern Highlands are identified as key implementing provinces alongside Western. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 News.
Furthermore, member for Ejivitari David Arore expressed his concerns, stating that the 166 reform is already implemented in his electorate and they are struggling with the challenges the policy brings to the schools.
For me, the electorate Blominal province, 166 is already in operation. And we are all struggling with the infrastructure. Bloodisla. So, question Blomi, supplementary Blomi Lem, is that when we designed this policy on 166, did we take the infrastructure development out at the component at the various districts into consideration in the whole country? Did we actually budget? Did we actually see how much it will cost us?
That's the reason why I said significant support of 11.8 billion will be funded over a 10-year period to cater for the need. But in the short term, yes, 20% of DSIP. Also, we have the infrastructure grant that our government has put. And so if your priority is education, which should be for most of us, then we should also use that to also build our classrooms and staff houses.
The Teaching Service Commission has ordered all schools in the country to stop using classrooms and school facilities as teacher accommodation. The TSC raised this concern after receiving reports that teachers were living in office spaces, libraries, and even ablution blocks. He says schools are built for teaching and learning, and using them as residences undermines the professional environment students need. The TSC has directed schools to convert all available buildings into learning spaces. The TSC will begin visits and have urged school boards to assist teachers relocate. You're watching TVWAN News. When we come back, government braces anti-corruption fight and 2RPIR acknowledged.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Tooks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
It all begins with a vision, honed by experience and wisdom, engineered for every adventure, built to withstand the untamed, wherever your journey takes you. Every detail precisely crafted, tailored to perfection. Beauty in every curve, designed for the eye and the soul. Embrace every moment, empowered by seamless technology. Immerse yourself fully in music or in motion. Indulge in unmatched comfort. With every drive, a symphony of luxury. Pushing boundaries with ease. Excellence redefined. The legendary Land Cruiser Prado.
Hello, everyone.
Is everything all right?
Oh. Ah, yes. Everything's all right. All right with Roots.
Make it right with Roots.
Morgan's intercept Reynolds. 20, 10. He's going to get there, is he? And the veteran, Adam Reynolds. There's the second kick. They're lining up. What a try. The Eels electric. Russell scores. That's a new side. The kick is not gone. Walsh has it. Walsh scores.
You got scammed? Where did you get the money to pay them?
We mortgaged the house.
That's why it's so important for me to pass the board exam. So if you're looking for a girlfriend, well, I'm sorry. That's not me.
You already took our TV, come on!
What you're doing here is illegal.
If you wanted to take the legal route, well then, you should have borrowed from the bank.
You don't need to solve all your problems alone.
I'm just not used to having someone around who's willing to help me.
Well then get used to it. because I'm here.
Hey retro lovers, get ready to take a trip down memory lane with the Retro Music Show. Every week we spin the greatest hits from the 60s, 70s, 80s and beyond. We've got your favorite retro tunes covered. So dust off those vinyls, turn up the volume and let the good times roll with the Retro Music Show, only on TV1, where the past sounds amazing.
Welcome back. Police Minister John Pundari has told Parliament that the government is strengthening efforts to fight corruption and financial crime in Papua New Guinea.
Also know that the Prime Minister is supporting.
Speaking on the floor of Parliament, the Police Minister said a police matter raised by the Bulolo MP has been before the court since 2010 and remains subject to ongoing legal proceedings. Because of this, he said it would be inappropriate to comment further in Parliament while the case is still before the courts. However, Sir John assured the House that the Police Commissioner will be asked to review the police action and the progress of the case and provide a formal update to the member.
As these legal proceedings are ongoing, it would be inappropriate for me to comment further in Parliament. However, Mr. Assistant Speaker, I will request the Commissioner of Police to conduct a review of the police action and judicial processes and provide a formal update to the good honourable member directly.
Sir John also addressed Papua New Guinea's grey listing by the International Financial Watchdog, the Financial Action Task Force. He said fighting crime, conducting proper investigations, and prosecuting offenders should be normal responsibilities of law enforcement and not actions taken only because of international pressure.
Mr. Speaker, the detection of crime, thorough investigations, and successful prosecutions should be the normal, Mr. Assistant Speaker, should be the normal and natural actions of law enforcement, rather than tasks compelled by international pressure.
Sir John said Prime Minister James Marape has already taken steps to strengthen investigative capacity within the police force. 2 Commonwealth officers have now been embedded within the National Fraud and Anti-Corruption Directorate to provide specialist support and mentorship.
The country must also know that the Prime Minister is supporting the establishment of the Unexplained Wealth Investigation Unit under the Proceeds of Crimes Act, Mr. Assistant Speaker. If someone as rich as that they cannot explain, Mr. Assistant Speaker, this unit will find out why.
The minister said these measures are critical not only to remove Papua New Guinea from the grey list, but also to protect the country's financial system from corruption, money laundering, and illegal financial activities, both locally and overseas. Carol Kiru Jr., TV1 News.
The Ministry of International Trade and Investment has requested the Department of Works and Highways to set up a special economic zones building board for the country. Minister Richard Maru said all SEZs around the world had their own building boards to fast-track building permit approvals as part of the one-stop shop concept for SEZs. Maru requested the Department of Works and Highways to establish this board as a matter of priority, with the Secretary for Department of Works and Highways as the chairman. He said the board required highly technical and competent people with relevant skills. Maru said it is very important that building board standards are not compromised in any way. The King's and Regimental colours presented to the 2nd Battalion, Royal Pacific Islands Regiment, will stand as a source of aspiration and pride, rallying points in times of trial and symbols of unity in times of peace, says Commanding Officer Lieutenant Colonel Francis Vitata. Vitata said this during the presentation of colours at Moyam Barracks in Wewak yesterday.
Commanding Officer Lieutenant Colonel Francis Vitata said the Kings and regimental colors presented to the 2nd Battalion Royal Pacific Island Regiment is not mere pieces of silk. They are the living symbol of their history, duty, and the unbroken service to the Crown and to Papua New Guinea. They embody the spirit of all those who have served before, who have stood steadfast in battle, and who have upheld the traditions of courage, loyalty, and sacrifice. They are a reminder of the sacred bond between the regiment and the sovereign, a bond they hold with the highest pride and responsibility. Vitata said the Royal Pacific Islands Regiment is proud of its heritage, forged in the crucible of the Second World War and carried forward through decades of service to the nation and the Commonwealth. He said the 2 RPIR will continue to serve with the same devotion to duty as our forefathers, whether on operations in peacekeeping or in support of our communities at home. They remain loyally steadfast to the nation and people of Papua New Guinea, ready to continue the journey into the future. Vitata thanked Governor General Sir Bob Dadai for presenting the colors to the 2 RPIR and extended gratitude to the people of Moim Village and wider Sipek for hosting 2 RPIR on their land. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
Isipik Council of Women have received a 5-year plan from WaterAid PNG, marking the beginning of a new era for women's leadership in the province. The ESCO 5-year strategic plan 2024 to 2029 will transform women's advocacy and support provincial development plans in the region. This landmark blueprint aligns directly with the National Medium-Term Development Plan and the National WASH policy to ensure sustainable water, sanitation, and hygiene services.
WaterAid Papua New Guinea's WASH technical advisor Shelley Rovoy handed over a new development plan to Isipik's Community Development Director Augustine Likia on Tuesday. The plan is designed to strengthen women's advocacy and support provincial development effort in the Sipik region. Likia and Isipik Council of Women President Sophie Mangai thanked WaterAid PNG for its major support. They also noted that WaterAid helped develop the province's gender-based violence strategic plan 2023 to 2026. WaterAid PNG highlighted how important this presentation is for the Isipik Council of Women. The initiative will give participants the tools and information they need to better contribute to the organization's work. The document focuses on inclusive human development, especially improving the well-being of women and girls in Isipik. It also aligns with national goals and the National WASH policy, helping the Council make sure its programs fit into PNG's broader development plans. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2322 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2247 $0.3111 Australian dollars, $0.1865 euro, and 35.46 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, palm oil and crude oil closed higher. Gold, coffee, and cocoa closed lower, and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
The seeds of our future have always been right in front of us. The next generation deserves to see our planet in all its natural splendor. The future lies beyond zero.
Woi, semakin bapak Arya.
Anti, bangka goksim. Safit Loran. You think you passed it? Sparks, it's in me.
Use our tools and condom and one way where you can abuse him seek HIV, STI, na unplanned pregnancy. Ting him, use him condom long right way. Stop safe, na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you, or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborus him seek HIV, STI, na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom, banish him you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Rugby League is a powerful force that unites Papua New Guinea and develops our youth. Through partnerships with the PNG LNG Kumals, Grassroots Rugby League and Justin Olam, we aim to instill skills to last a lifetime.
I'm community blue. When it's on you welcome, I'm become a community. You must all community.
When we invest in people, we invest in tomorrow's possibilities.
Quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier by you like it more.
You killing me, Romina.
You mean to pass setting me up.
Daniel Laina, police will investigate him here.
Mama, you are killing Bubuma.
It's not talking making me not true.
I give a tweet to my wife Romina and brother Mondragon 50% of my shares and assets in the company.
No, the company is mine.
Daniela, come down.
You witch.
It's this You up!
This Sunday, River Worship returns with a brand new segment, The Goodness of God. For the next 4 Sundays, meet Enoch Lapa, pilot, general manager, pastor, and father. From growing up as a pastor's kid to chasing his dream to fly, to the hardest moment in his marriage, Enoch shares how God's goodness met him again and again. Join us this Sunday and the next 3 as we witness the hand of God in real life. River Worship with Pastor Anthony Ando.
Thanks for staying with us. Women leaders in aviation are encouraging young Papua New Guineans to dream big and consider careers in the aviation sector. Today, Women in Aviation Papua New Guinea hosted a special luncheon in Port Moresby to honor women who have contributed to the industry and inspire the next generation.
The luncheon held at Lamana Hotel in Port Moresby brought together aviation professionals, pilots and supporters. The event highlighted the growing role of women in aviation and recognized those who have broken barriers in the industry. Among the guest speakers was Nancy Wee, a pilot and the first female commanding officer of the PNG Defence Force Air Transport Wing.
Being the first female commanding officer of the PNG Defence Force Air Transport Wing was not easy because there's never been a female commanding officer before that, and people had doubted it. However, I did my job and I've proved them wrong, and I've finished my term in 3 years successfully, and I'm now at headquarters PNG Defence Force. What inspired me to be a pilot is I come from a society when men don't think much of females, and but I had a very supporting father who believed in females. So I wanted to do something that was different and something that females have not done it, and prove to men that women can do what they do. So like everywhere else, I think it's more important in aviation to have more females because they bring in a different perspective, into everything. So it would be good to have a balancing number of males and females in the aviation industry. In Papua New Guinea, we would like to have training environments, more training environments where it is conducive for females to be involved and to participate so that we can have more females in the industry.
Also speaking at the event was former General Manager Operations of PNG Air Nancy Nakikus.
To the next generation, to all the young women watching our contrail fading into the blue, the industry needs your vision. Aviation is being reshaped by drones, electric flight, and digital transformation. And this new frontier requires your unique perspective. As Melis Akandes, the project manager for Deutsche Aircraft, said, don't let the lack of representation discourage you. Be the representation. Speak up and take space. Your ideas and contribution matter. In conclusion, the sky was never meant for just one gender. It belongs to the methodical and focused and the brave. Today, we don't just celebrate how far we've come, we celebrate how high we will go.
Organizers say the event not only celebrates past achievements, but also encourages more young women to pursue careers as pilots, engineers, and aviation professionals. With mentorship and support, women in Papua New Guinea's aviation sector say the sky is no longer the limit.
Women in aviation.
Carol Kidu Jr., TVWAN News.
In overseas news, Western Australian farmers fear fuel restrictions could impact seeding and other production as prices continue to skyrocket amid the Middle East conflict. Motorists are also being urged to shop around for cheaper fuel, with Consumer Protection warning hoarding could have consequences.
Farmer Gordon Coleman is seeding in 2 weeks and growing concerned about access to fuel.
The possibility of not getting fuel is on a whole other level. That's disaster levels. If you don't get your canola on the ground by a certain date, you just don't plant it.
Facing restrictions after a call to his supplier.
We had a 2,000 litre limit per farmer from my supplier, which immediately we have something up our sleeve now to get started in seeding, but it immediately makes you feel like you should be locking in even the 2,000 litres because they can't even commit to giving us that fuel in 3 weeks' time.
WA farmers say panic buying in the city is impacting regional areas.
We're seeing price fluctuations in the city and it's even coming back to a reasonable price, but that's not being passed on the regions. The independent distributors are still paying full whack for their fuel and they're having to pass that on to the regional people who already use more fuel because they've got further to travel and more to do with it.
While Consumer Protection says hoarding fuel in Perth is unnecessary,
there's consequences for all of our actions, and so if we are hoarding fuel, it means someone else can't get it, and that might come back and bite us later on in the future.
But Mr Coleman argues farmers are not panic buying.
It's necessity. If you're not trying to get fuel right now when we're being told there isn't, you can't get the tractor in the paddock and start putting your crop in.
Drivers urge to shop around.
But where there is choice and you as the consumer vote with your feet, you are responsible for keeping that downward pressure on prices. You achieve that by where you spend your dollars.
While the state government won't rule out intervening with measures like price caps, motorists are encouraged to behave normally at the Bowser.
What we are really focused on is ensuring that we engage in monitoring the difference between wholesale and retail price. We encourage people to go to Fuel Watch, which has proven successful.
The state government is confident there are no issues with overall fuel supply and says discussions with key stakeholders will ensure informed decisions can be made.
Holidaymakers scrambling to reroute flights to save long-planned European holidays as airspace closures in the Middle East disrupt travel.
Months and in some cases years planning their European summer holidays are now facing a lot of uncertainty. The Middle East forms one of the most direct flight corridors between Australia and Europe. So when Gulf countries closed their airspace last week, that major aviation pathway effectively disappeared. Airlines have been forced to reroute flights around the region, which means longer journeys, higher fuel costs and fewer available seats. And that's starting starting to ripple through travel plans for Australians heading overseas. For some travellers, it's already having a real impact. We're hearing from Australians who are cancelling trips outright, while others are paying thousands of dollars to try to keep their holidays alive by booking alternative flights through different parts of the world. One of the most popular options right now is flying through Asia, particularly Singapore and Hong Kong, because those routes allow airlines to avoid Middle Eastern airspace altogether. Some travellers are even considering flying via North America to reach Europe. The Australian Travel Industry Association says travel agents haven't yet seen widespread cancellation of bookings, but there is certainly growing anxiety among travellers about whether their trips will go ahead. The key message from the industry right now is don't panic cancel your flights. Experts say if travellers cancel their bookings themselves, they may lose important rights to refunds or refund booking options. Many of the Middle Eastern carriers have extended their refunds and rebooking options. More than 27,000 flights globally have been cancelled since the war began.
In health and wellness circles, vitamin IV drips are surging in popularity. There are claims they can boost immunity and slow down aging, but health experts say there's little evidence to back that up.
An increasingly popular service.
I am a repeat customer, so definitely feel the differences and how it makes me feel.
Beck Walter has been getting vitamin IV drips for about 10 years after struggling with malabsorption issues. She books in whenever she's recovering from an illness, needs hydration, or is feeling a bit flat.
Instead of getting a facial or something, I feel like looking after my health from the inside out.
IV infusions have been around for decades, but have surged in popularity in Australia in recent years.
I think it's reflect a broader shift towards more preventative health or regenerative medicines.
Advocates say IV drips are a popular quick fix for hangovers and can also promote clearer thinking, boosted immunity and anti-aging. But health experts say there's very little evidence for this.
There is no randomized clinical trial that is showing that these IV infusions are in any way improving health or slowing down aging.
You'd be just as well off drinking a glass of water and getting your fluids up that way.
Clients say it's okay to be sceptical.
I think you should be asking questions, especially around healthcare, well, anything to do with wellness.
You're watching TVWAN News. Later in sports, PNG Unity Games to go ahead and Fly River Warriors unleash talent.
Ton, Hino ton. Dreaman yet?
If you can't stop thinking about the Hino range of trucks, then you better drive one today. Hino.
Ton.
Papa will come close to Laos. Kaya ino ready yet. Mak blem pelatia. Mams tu uklo rasta. Suppose I'm not ready. Ayo. Dia mamas lepasin lo paps. I'm sure I'm way blue milk kita.
Meet UmiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends.
Hello, son.
Anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses, UmiPay makes every payment simple. UmiPay, powered by TISA Bank.
can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
Angles in, fielders room in time. A try for the Highlanders just like that.
I know that what I'm about to tell you is unforgivable. What happened to Heidi wasn't really an accident. Freddie was behind it.
Tell me what you want. Money? How much to make you shut your mouth?
You should shut up.
That land rightfully belongs to my dear Jerry Red.
He is your father.
Yeah, welcome back everybody, and it's game on. The QRL House Basket for 2026.
Here come the North's Devils. It's going to open the scoring for North. It's a beautifully weighted kick, and Lagona Benamotsu. Fourth goal shot, Broadhurst is over. Cuts back in. What is the score? The Hunters got back.
Thanks for staying with us. The 8th PNG Unity Games in Southern Highlands Province is expected to go ahead from June to July 2026, though 60% of the sports facility is incomplete. The PNG Sports Foundation revealed this during the signing of an MOU with Safety and Security Committee.
The deferred 8th PNG Unity Games will be hosted in Mendi, Southern Highlands Province, commencing in June this year, despite playing venue not fully ready to host athletes. CEO of PNG Sports Foundation and Chairman of PNG Unity Games Organizing Committee, Michael James, expressed confidence that the PNG's biggest grassroots game will go ahead as planned. He said Mendi is as good as other parts of the country.
Well, if the funds are provided on time, we are able to deliver infrastructure on time. We've delivered the World Cup facility in 9 months. We are not new to infrastructure development for sports. We've done that before, international level, and delivering the sports facility in Southern Ireland, it can be done in the next couple of months, as long as funds are made available for us to complete the projects. I would, at this time, request that Finance and Treasury release the funding so that we can be able to complete the sports facility, release the funding for Safety and Security Committee so that they can be able to perform their jobs and contribute to the readiness program to deliver this very important sports program.
The signing of Safety and Security Agreement today will ensure the athletes, officials and supporters are protected throughout the duration of the Games. Deputy Police Commissioner Special Operations Donald Yamasombi, who will be sending the security to the Games, provided a rundown of the security plans.
We have already prepared our concept of operations for the Unity Games in Mendi, Southern Highlands. We are yet to set a date to launch that concept of operations. We know time is against us, but this occasion here for us to partner with the PNG Sports Foundation in managing how the funds will be spent is very, very important, and it is all guided through this MOU.
With the Safety and Security MOU signed, the PNG Unity Games Committee is confident the game will convene on the set date. The PNG Unity Games venue has cost 40 million kina, with less than half of the Games facility completed. The Unity Games Committee is urging the Finance Department to assist with funding to speed up incomplete facilities at designated playing venues. Rex Litter, TVWAN Sports.
Corporate Touch Port Moresby has received 50,000 kina sponsorship from Pacific Industries yesterday under the KIC brand. The funding will be used in financing the 2026 competition and the delivery of its junior development programs.
The corporate touch Port Moresby has over 100 players and supporters backing the competition. This year, they are expecting the same number of interests. The association secretary, Grace Copper, said the 2026 season will be massive with the 50,000 kina sponsorship from the Pacific Industries through KIC Energy Drink brand. She said they are expecting 15 affiliates to fill in 42 teams in 5 divisions.
42 teams are registered all the way from the juniors, under 16, women's open, men's open, mixed, seniors, division, and masters. So we have a maximum of about 1,000 athletes coming on Sunday to play, 1,000 plus athletes coming on Sundays to play, and we utilize 2 fields, but at the moment we're expanding to using 4 fields to cater for the numbers that we have.
Copper further said the corporate touch Port Moresby will start its competition this weekend and is looking forward to kickstart the season on the positive note. Acting President David Melua highlighted that they find it difficult to secure corporate sponsors to support their competition every year, and the financial backing received comes timely at the start of the season 2026.
Especially in touch competition, sponsorship is really hard to find. And for Pepsi to come in as a major sponsor and the brand for the CDPM KIC product, it's a really great honor for us.
The acting president also thanked other sponsors, the affiliate clubs and supporters as the executive team anticipates another great season. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
PNG Hunters utility Benji Cott has made a strong return in 2026 after missing most of the 2025 season with an ACL injury. Cott spent last year working closely with the club's physio team on rehabilitation and recovery and was cleared to return to full contact work before rejoining the Hunters pre-season for Block 2.
The Western Highlands man had a roller coaster season in 2025, but through sheer hard work and determination, he's back in the fray. Cole completed his final audition when he was featured in the trial matches against Northern Pride and Ipswich Jets, coming through unscathed. He made a return to the QRL Host Plus Cup Round 1 against Queensland Capras last weekend, falling short to arch rivals 24-16.
It's been a tough year for me. Been out of the season last year, doing my rehab, and last week was my first game. It feels really good to be back with the boys. Miss, I was remember a tough game always against Capras. It's always been tough. So, yeah, me too. All boys, we were prepared for that. Only the errors were letting me down, but we're fixing all this, and we're looking forward for this weekend.
A long-time member of the Hunters system and a Western Highlands native, Cott said he's ready to take on more leadership role this season.
Me personally, I'm looking forward to it. I've been with the club for a while. I'll be showing a good example leading the boys.
Reflecting on his rehab, Cott admitted the process was mentally challenging.
Last year, rehab me, it was really tough, sitting outside sideline and so the boys are playing. It was really tough. Sometimes even me feel like give up. But then, I had to look back a long way. We've been come long, and so it gives me motivated to, set my goals and come back, this year again.
Despite being physically and mentally prepared for the hit-out against the Capras last week, Cott said the result didn't go their way. He said now he's reset and is ready for another big performance against the Winter Manly Seagulls on Sunday. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The Fly River Warriors, a rugby league side made up of emerging talent from Western Province, are in Port Moresby preparing for a series of exhibition matches this weekend against the Port Moresby Vipers and the Central Dabaris. The tour gives the home ground squad a rare chance to test themselves against two of the country's more established teams. The event is set for Saturday at the Sir John Guy Stadium.
The Fly River Warriors 30-man squad has been in Port Moresby for a month, undergoing intense training, conditioning and team bonding in preparation for the exhibition fixtures. Former Kumul and Western Fly assistant coach Ricky Sibia explained the objective is to provide an opportunity for the local raw talent coming from a village setting and experience and expose them to a higher level of competition. Sibia said this will build the players' skills, discipline and match experience both on and off the field, also learning and understanding the dynamics of the game. He thanked the Fly River provincial government for making the trip possible.
Plenty problem, all new plan man, all no salo mostly, and you know this excited straight while all comes tablo this level. Plan is something and new plan all. So our motive and aim is to expose our young talent to the elite levels. Whoever wants to come and take our player, we are here to market our raw talent. We play no with him. So we appeal to the franchise or the clubs in the cities to come and have a watch the game on Saturday.
Sibia stressed that for a long time Western Province has missed out on the representative scene since he was the last Kumul player to represent the province at the international level.
Mipla Kamlo, you know, experience-wise, we are here to give. So we are here to get our basics right, the small things right, and then win or lose with Amino 1 plus something. We are here to do the basics right and get what we have taught them. That's the big thing that we need to implement on the game day, and then
He credited the provincial government for making the trip possible for the 30 men, which is said is a lifetime experience for the city outing.
Big play improvement on Mangi line him now Lama straight. And first time so all come to gym na feel session to him all like him straight. All look him some also training in also back in the village. Also make him all local training ball this like napa level so all amamas this like training like
Many Warriors players come from remotest communities where rugby league is passionately followed, but pathways to elite competition are limited. Organizers say the tour is about showcasing untapped local talent. Facing the Vipers and the Barras will give the young Warriors a clear benchmark of where they sit against established sides and will offer them learning opportunities towards future pathways. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast. Southern. Port Moresby partly cloudy at times with possible few showers in the afternoon. And Popondetta, cloudy periods with afternoon evening showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase, lay cloudy periods mostly fine with chances of few rain showers by the evening. Wewak, cloudy at times, possible few showers. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, cloudy periods with showers and possible thunderstorm in the afternoon. Boka, rain showers with possible thunderstorms. And Highlands region, Mount Hagen, Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, morning fog clearing, cloudy at times with some rain showers likely by the afternoon. Ocean forecast, Coral Sea, sea slight to moderate with northwest to southwest winds of 5 to 15 knots, reaching 20 knots at times. Solomon Sea, sea slight to moderate with southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots, reaching 20 knots at times. Bismarck Sea, sea slight with southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean, sea slight with southwest winds of 5 to 15 knots, increasing to 20 to 25 knots to the western sector. And coastal waters forecast, waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daro to Kiwa Island, Kerma Yule Island, Hood Point to Samara Island. Sea 0.5 to 1 meter, rising to 1.3 to 2.5 meters at times. Waters of Medang to Wewak, Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border, and waters of Manus and its western group of islands. Sea 0.5 to 1 meter, rising to 1.3 meters at times. And that ends TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by